All right, welcome to the Emotion Code Divas show. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about Louise Hay's book. She's no longer with us on the human scene, but she's definitely still around. And she's left a legacy of healing and joy and love and relationships and all of that. So she's kind of a guru in this area, in the New Age area. And then Helena's holding up Dr. Bradley Nelson's new book, The Emotion Code. So Helena and I are both certified emotion code practitioners. I also do, I like to work a lot with animals. I do Reiki as well. However, I definitely love working with women and relationships. And that seems to be what it's pretty much been this whole year. Women and relationships and partnerships and what's going on. So that's why we're talking about it this month. And today Helena is going to be working with someone that feels a bit lost, a bit disconnected in her relationship. So Helena is going to give some information about that. And as one of the divas, Helena and I both do have different tools in our toolkit. So Helena, why don't you let people know what's, we're the divas, but what do you also have in your toolkit when you're working with clients?
I have also hypnotherapy in my toolkit. So I'm a hypnotherapist, and I like to use hypnotherapy to help people stop smoking. I am the stopsmokinglady.com, and also help them release excess weight and overcome fears and phobias, anxieties. And I use the emotion code in all of my hypnotherapy sessions.
Absolutely. And even though those are the main tools that we have, Helena and I are both have the sacred gift of knowledge. So we are constantly learning, right? Wherever, in fact, Helena's going off to Las Vegas for it's a hypnosis conference, Helena?
It is. It's a hypnosis conference where about 1,000 hypnotists from around the world gather. We do 3 days worth of seminars from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock at night, once an hour. Some of them are actually really long workshops where you can get in depth into the different techniques that people from around the world are sharing to help people create rapid changes in their life.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And yeah, I have a few other tools in my toolkit as well, being a law of attraction trainer and somebody that has written books about it. But everything that we're talking about and everything that's going on with the releasing that we're doing is really these thoughts and beliefs that we have in our subconscious. That's what Helena does. That's what she releases. That's what we do with the emotion code as well. So we're just going to quickly go through some of the steps that when we're working on someone. You can certainly learn how to do the emotion code yourself. You can become certified. If you're interested in that, just let Helena and I know, and we will assist you with that and help you through some of that training that you're going to do. So I have already gone ahead, and we have permission with, we're going to call our viewer today Louise. So I have her permission, and Helena is going to be what we call proxy.
Proxy, that's right. So that means that I will be able to tap into her subconscious mind with her permission to ask her subconscious mind yes or no questions pertaining to our emotion code chart. Our lovely emotion code chart with 60 negative trapped emotions or 60 emotions listed on here. I'll be asking through it very rapidly if there's an emotion column A or a B or an odd row or an even row, and I'll find them. And then we will be releasing them. I will be releasing them.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're going to do it live today, the live session. So I've already asked the question. The severity that she's indicated is 9 or 10. Helena's going to check with the subconscious. And what she's going to be doing is doing muscle testing to find out yes or no answers.
Yes, no, yes, no.
All right. And once we've gone ahead, found what the emotion is, then we release it by using a magnet.
I've got my magnets right here.
Excellent. And so what Helena is going to be doing, every emotion code practitioner has magnets. Most of them are hematite. So what we're going to be doing is demagnetizing that emotion that's coming up from the body. Remember that Dr. Brad says the emotions can be the size of a lemon or as big as a cantaloupe. if you haven't released them over the years, they can get bigger and bigger. And this is what causes dis-ease in the body. So I'm just actually quickly going to go and just refer to Louise Hay books because it got me thinking about this. Louisa said that she has lower back pain are one of the symptoms that she has. She feels a disconnect with her husband and also a disconnect in life in general. So kind of not belonging. But we always ask what the symptoms are. So one of hers, she said, was lower back pain. So at the end of Louise Hay's book, she's got some definitions speaking on a metaphysical level of what she believes is causing that in the subconscious. So this is You Can Heal Your Life. This book has got more coffee stains and food stains on it than probably any of my books. Anyway, what she's, sorry.
I was just going to say, you know that I was introduced to Louise Hay back in about 1979, and I was working in a health food store at the time. And I often used my nutritional almanac, which had all the herbs and vitamins suggested for different ailments. And then I'd also use Louise Hay's book, and we'd together with the customer look up their ailment, and they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, that's what I've been thinking." And then Louise Hay has how you can shift your thoughts.
Right. So I'm just going to, so as far as back problems go, what she says about lower back is that it's fear of money, lack of financial support, and the affirmation that she suggests you use is, I trust the process of life. All I need is always taken care of. I am safe. And from a chakra perspective, if we think of where that is, the root chakra is all about safety and security, financial security, also being grounded, but there's a lot of insecurity that goes on with that root chakra. So Helena, why don't we just go ahead, and we always have to be hydrated. So even though I'm not doing it, I'm going to take a drink. Yeah, it's always good to keep hydrated. So Helena's going to start working. She's going to make her connection, and then we're going to take a look at what emotions are coming out from the emotion code chart with her.
So I've connected with Louise, and I've made sure it's the right one because I know where she lives and her name, her full name. And I just checked with the subconscious mind, and it is not a 10, it is a level severity 9.
Okay.
Constant disconnect in life. So now I'm just going to ask, are there negative trapped emotions that are causing this particular feeling? Yes. Column A? No, in column B. Odd, even row. So 2, 4, 4. Depression, frustration, indecisive, panic, or taken for granted, frustration. So I have my chart, my working chart here that I have just down below. So frustration. Can I release frustration? Yes, I can release frustration. Doing 3 swipes over the governing meridian to release frustration. Checking. Did I release frustration? Yes. Are there any other trapped emotions causing this feeling of constant disconnect in life? No. Are there any hidden emotions? Yes. The underlying hidden emotions. How many are there? 1, 2, 3. 3. Are they all mine? Yes, they're all mine. Odd, even, A, column A, even. 2, 4, 4. Anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment. Bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment. All right. Question. Are they a psychic trauma? No. Are they all separate instances? Yes. Can I release bitterness, guilt, resentment? Oh, interesting. I can release bitterness. Sometimes, I don't know about you, Dana, but it takes like a moment because we're actually becoming the person.
We feel it.
And we feel it. And so, I don't know, have you ever heard people walk around going, it's heavy. So did I release bitterness? Yes. Can I release guilt now? Yes. Releasing guilt.
Were they psychic trauma, Helena? Were they stuck together, those
Nope,
two?
they were all individual different times that these emotions got trapped. So did I release guilt? Yeah, guilt was released. You know what's interesting about guilt, Dana, is that um, it's a choice. It's an emotion of choice to feel guilty or not to feel guilty. And so we've just released guilt. She's chosen, her subconscious mind has chosen to release it. Can I release resentment? No. I need to know more about resentment. Was resentment trapped before the age of um, 40, 30, before the age of 35? So was it 35, 36, 37, 38? Around the age of 38.
Okay, so I'm just going to read what Dr. Brad says about resentment. He's got a glossary in his new book that's available to anybody. It used to be that you had to be certified to get the glossary, but he's put that in his book. So resentment says, a feeling of displeasure or indignation at someone or something regarded as the cause of injury or insult. Bitterness for having been treated unfairly. Unwillingness to forgive. This is resentment. So often this emotion comes along with animosity, ill will that displays itself in action, strong hostility, or antagonism. So that is a powerful emotion.
Yeah. So I'm just checking. So I'm just going to check now the severity. So is it a 9? Is it an 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4? So do I have any trapped, hidden? How about inherited emotions? No. Any prenatal? There's prenatal emotions. A, B, odd, 1, 3, 5, 5. Depression, frustration. Oh, prenatal frustration.
Hmm.
Absorbed from my mother. My mother. So she picked up prenatal frustration from her mother. Can I release that? Yes. So this is an emotion that she absorbed while in the womb. It's not even her emotion, but she's been carrying around that frustration throughout her entire life.
Yeah, so the frustration definition from Dr. Brad is feeling exasperated, harassed, or vexed, feeling stuck or unable to progress, blocked from causing a change or achieving an objective or goal. And since we're talking about relationships and not feeling connected to life or that relationship, on a conscious level, it does all make sense. On a subconscious level, that's what we're really interested in, and that's where we want to remove those negative trapped emotions.
So I'm just checking now if there's a vibrational resonance of an emotion, and it said yes. A, column B, odd, even, even. 2, 4, 4. A vibrational resonance of depression, frustration, indecisive panic, and taken for granted. It's a vibrational resonance of frustration. Can we release it? No. Do we need to know, is this my frustration? No. Oh my goodness, isn't that it? I love finding stuff like this. So have I absorbed it from someone? Yes. Someone close to me? Yes. Someone in my life? Yes. Husband. Can I release it? Yes. Releasing frustration that was absorbed from her husband.
And I'd like to talk about when vibrations or emotions are absorbed, because from a law of attraction perspective, we have a vibrational bubble around us. And if you're not aware of it, you can let people's energy in, bombard you all the time, and it gets absorbed. There's ways to ground and shield and do that, but most people on a conscious level don't do that. So these emotions can get absorbed all the time and throughout your entire life. They don't even have to be ones that you inherited. They could be ones that, you have a very traumatic situation and those negative emotions get absorbed in your body.
So I've done some checking. We started at a severity level 9 of the feeling of a constant disconnect in life. Got down to a 4, then found the vibrational resonance of frustration that was absorbed, down to a 2, and I've just checked now, and we're down at a severity level 1, and it says that's good for right now. So what I'm going to let Louise know is that processing. Processing is the emotions that a client will feel after an emotion code session, and sometimes they they finish the session, they feel very elated, clear-headed, motivated, energetic, and sometimes they're a little bewildered and maybe even dazed and confused.
Yeah,
And
that's a good word, Helena. Bewildered.
yeah,
Yeah, really good word. It's almost like more than overwhelmed. It's kind of crazy chaos, overwhelming. Like
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah,
And so what we like to suggest for that is either a walk in nature, observe some water, take an Epsom salt bath, find some time alone to just let it all go and release with gentle, with ease. The bewilderment I find comes from, really, that was it? Is often the question, is the response I get from my clients. It's like, that's what your subconscious mind. And when they just choose to allow it to go and go, okay, I guess I'm done, moving forward. And then you would counsel them as a law of attraction facilitator, start using the words about what you want to create your thoughts that will change your vibe to a positive vibe to get you the results that you want. So Louise, start focusing your attention, energy, and uh, desire on what you want.
exactly. Perfect.
So
All
I've
right.
disconnected, so
Yeah,
I'm
I was
all
just gonna
done.
say we are, if you're doing this yourself or working with a friend, just make sure that you do the disconnect, right? We don't want to carry around. That almost happened to me yesterday. I was working with someone and we were both crying and all of that, and I was closed off the session and I walked away and I went whoopsie. So I had to go back to make sure that I was no longer that person's proxy.
Yeah.
All right. So
So
let's
we had some loyal viewers watching
yeah.
today with us. Natasha Paula Samuel from lovely Runford, Essex, where it's very hot and sticky out.
And Leslie
Leslie
Marshall's
Marshall.
giving us our hello from Oregon. Yeah, we love that we have viewers all over the world. And she said she hasn't gotten Louise Hay's book. I know she's written a lot of them, but I do find this one is always my foundation book. I go back to it. I got this in a used bookstore. So, yeah, I've marked it up a lot. Um,
Mhm.
Lisa is, there's a Lisa watching us. So thank you, Lisa, for watching.
Mhm.
And what we'll do next, what we like to do is when we are working on people, if they want to just give us a check-in, either privately, PM us, or just let us know here. And Rhonda Elliott, do you know her, Helena?
I don't know Rhonda Elliott, but I'm just going to let her know because her question is, hey, ladies, any way to get rid of night sweats? Have tried everything. I got rid of mine. Combination, motion code, and vitamins and herbs and essential oils. So
Yeah,
we can talk,
so
Rhonda.
yeah, Rhonda, you can always PM Helena. Like I say, we both have different backgrounds. So Helena's got a really good nutrition background as well. She worked in a health food store. Tools that I bring are a little bit different. Mine are a little bit actually more on the thought process level and what you're attracting into your life. So that is our show for today, and we appreciate you. Thanks for showing up. And next week is episode 81. No, no, no. What am I talking about? Yeah, 81. All right. So we actually have someone we're going to be working on something that many, many people experience, but they may not even realize it, and that's the feeling of grief. So you can grieve anything. It does not have to be an actual death of someone. You can grieve a relationship ending, a career change. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you're just growing up and life has changed, right? So there's constant grieving that goes on. And I know, Helena, you do a lot with people that are going through, it could be a grieving process, but I find grief is an underlying emotion for a lot of people that don't realize it and it's just constant through their life.
Yeah, yeah, it's wonderful how the emotion code is rapid. So yes, I've seen a lot of people with grief, and it rarely stems from the one instant that they think it is.
Yeah.
It's often an accumulation
Yeah.
of different events in their life. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually, I recorded an episode, which I'll put up again on our channel from, I'll put up on this page rather, with a grief counselor. And even though we're talking a little bit about actual death, being a widow or a widower, but everything that she's talking about is a little bit different than what Elizabeth Kubler-Ross talks about, the 5 stages of grief. So that is actually for a death. But yeah, it's a really good interview that I did with her, with Deb. So I will post that as well on the site. And until then, the Emotion Code Divas say so long. Please share. We've got some new things and different things coming up in August for you. So we're going to be doing some different shows. You can ask us anything live by posting it, and we'll answer that in the show. So I'm going to put up the topics that we're going to be talking about in August if you want to join us for those shows as well. So Helena, how can people get a hold of you?
People can get a hold of me through my website, which is flourishhypnosis.com/emotion code is the information on emotion code. I have a Facebook page, Flourish Hypnosis, as well as YouTube channels.
Great, thanks. And you can find me at danasmithers.com/emotion-code. My YouTube channel, which has a lot of different playlists on it, is Empowered Women in Business. So you'll find out all the 80 episodes of the Emotion Code Divas. I've got Law of Attraction, lots of Law of Attraction episodes, and 52 episodes that relate to my 52-week gratitude journal. So that's it from the Divas. Bye for now.